my strength is failing. The end draws near and my time has come. Still my soul will sing your praise unending. 10,000 years and then forevermore. That's the Lord of my soul. Oh, my soul. I worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh, my soul. I worship Your holy name. Bless the Lord, oh my soul. Oh, my soul. I worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh, my soul. I worship Your holy name. Yes, I will worship Your holy name. Lord, I worship Your holy name.
I Love Baguio with Mr. G on your radio. Happening every Saturday and Sunday, 9 in the morning until 12 noon. Right here on Cool 97.5, your maximum Christian music authority in Baguio City.
Hi, I'm Night 987. I always listen to I Love Baguio with Mr. G on your radio on Cool 97.5.
Yes, good morning, Baguio. It is great to be back on a great Saturday on Cool 97.5, the only Christian radio station here in Baguio City. My name happens to be Mr. G on your radio, and we are encountering face-to-face, not back-to-back, Cinema Calle, the people behind. You know, this one is an independent group, right? I'd like to welcome them to the radio station. What about a big hand, mga kaibigan? Cinema Calle, Film Baguio First, happening tonight, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., Baguio City Multi-Purpose Hall. Hello there, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Ayan, kumusta na po kayo?
Okay naman po, sir.
Excited.
Wow, excited. Ako excited, no? We were chatting, I and Adrian were chatting. Nasa Manila po siya last night.
Yes.
And he reached Baguio around 2 or 3 in the morning. And I was told that you guys are coming. So, red carpet kanina. Aladdin Magic Carpet Ride. Now let's talk about yung Cinema Calle po natin. First, state your complete name. Ayan. At syempre, greetings muna tayo ngayon, no? So, Iha, greet
Yes,
muna.
hi.
Tapos sa complete name.
Yes, good morning po. My name is Sean Garcia. I'm RTC's Community Coordinator.
Jerry Caballero, founder and president po ng RTCine.
Saleh Ali, actor and artist din eh.
Oh, you look so familiar to me. Nasadyante ko siya long time ago. Let's talk about Cinema Calle. The people behind this group. It is mentioned Film Baguio First. Bakit Film Baguio First to?
Film Baguio First, actually po sir, we have been planning to have our first film showing here in Baguio. Our group actually already existed for like
Many
many
years.
years.
Talaga, matagal na pala ito no?
Yes po, kaya we are really grateful na magkaroon kami ng ganitong opportunity to finally have our first Cinema Calle that will be happening tonight.
Congratulations. Yung screening nyo, 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. At the
Yes.
same time, meet and greet ng mga cast. Wow.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, this one is an independent group. Di ba? Iyo, ano?
Yes, po, sir.
So, how was this coined out? Paano pinanganak tong Cinema Calle na to?
Well, actually, yung Cinema Calle is the event. Where the group behind Cinema Calle is Artisine. Actually, nag-start ang Artisine, actually just, let's say, last year.
Okay.
Pero beforehand, meron na yung mga groups. Well, nag-start na kami before pa. May iba-ibang group names. Pero same people rin who were back then are still here in Artisine. I guess, inofficial na lang namin na one group as Artisine kasi gusto namin mag-create ng vast community of for filmmakers and actors na magkaroon sila ng one place to have a venue to show their craft, to present themselves towards the public. And we're here, as I always say as an Artisine, na we're not here to say paano natin mapupuntahan yun, but we're here to say how can we make your film possible.
Wow.
So we don't talk about the budget, we talk about ano natin gagawin. How can we make your project, how can we make your art be there. So gagawa namin yun, we're here to help you out, and also at the same time present you as locally in Baguio City, as our hashtag goes is Film Baguio First, because we want to establish your name, your art, your craft here in Baguio. Kasi dito naman tayo napanganak lahat.
Let me just flash on screen. And June 22,
June 22.
and Cinema Calle, Film Baguio First, 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. Baguio City Multi-Purpose Hall. Yeah. And one of your cast happens to be a non-Filipino, but he looks like a straight Filipino. So, did you enjoy the shooting, like with these guys?
Yes, sir, of course. I have a great group which they are giving us the opportunity to have our ideas in acting, and they're giving us the opportunity to choose our rules in acting. And we are a creative group, and all of us, we are acting because we love acting. That's the real reason that why we are acting, and we are doing our movies or our films.
So you guys really like acting. By the way, what's your course? What's your course?
Business ad.
Business ads.
Administration.
So you're like transcending your skills, touching on the realm of mass communication.
Yes, sir.
Ah, okay, that's good. So, what about the director? Who's the director of Cinema Calle?
Actually, sir, it's a collaboration
Collaboration.
of production. So, sa Artisine po, we already have like 4 active productions. Jerry here is are handling Ninja T-Rex production.
Ninja T-Rex Productions.
Ako naman po, ZF Productions.
Okay.
So, everyone can be directors, producers, or even as we do acting as well po.
So, what can we expect tonight? So, Baguio City Hall, Multi-Purpose Hall, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
What to expect? Well, of course, films made by local and young aspiring filmmakers here in Baguio City. Makikita niyo yung mga gawa nila na hindi lang basta nilang i-present sa school, but also to public. Kasi what we want to create for these people, these filmmakers na young, is to establish their community or their fan base within Baguio City. And one thing, as I learned to become a good, to be in this business, is having a good fan base. If meron kang fan base, you'll get somewhere because you have a good following, and that's what we want to offer sa mga young filmmakers na to. If they want to reach in the world of filmmaking, have a following, have your own community, and showcase yourself publicly, and that's why hashtag Film Baguio First.
Right, so Cinema Calle, this one is being spearheaded by Artisine,
Yes, sir.
a filmmaking and acting group in Baguio. It aims to build a community of filmmakers and actors. What about the setup tonight? What will be the setup tonight? Are there chairs or no chairs? Are there blankets? Because you guys start around 6 p.m. and ends at 10 p.m.
Yeah, actually, it's the entrance is free, and we have blankets. We are providing blankets, and there is a big screen, and we just want to show how we are creative. We are doing our best, actually, and hope they will see our movies. There is action, there is drama, there is horror. We did our best.
I want to add yung parang our setup is something na parang unique. We want to feel parang
Cozy.
isang drive-to theater na, there's no cars, but it's a inside drive-to theater. There's blankets that will be provided. So if you guys have your own blankets and pillows na gusto nyong ipunta, then that's fine. We want you to feel cozy at home while watching films made by our group and some filmmakers here in Baguio too.
So practically no chairs, just
Yes.
blankets.
No chairs, sir.
Picnic mats
Yes.
will be on tonight. Wow.
And also food.
May food.
Yes po.
Talaga? Wow, I like food. Ito, I was able to get this one. Let's capture some highlights. Ito yung mga pagpapakapagod natin no, sa ating filmmaking. No? Can someone talk about the idea behind? Ano nangyari po rito?
Okay. Gusto mo pa? You want to explain? Ikaw? Okay. Actually, this part, we were shooting one of our films, titled niya is Sermento. We'll present it tonight. Actually, nangyari dyan is we're setting up a scene, there's a conflict. The one with the army costume is Parminder. Hi, Parminder. So, Parminder po siya. Siya yung isa naming actor. The one with the black shirt, sina John Bonifacio. Both of them are aspiring actors. Actually, they have no background in acting, as in, no theater background or repertory background. Pero, applause to them. Ang ganda ng deliveries sa scene na to because this is a conflict between these two. And the one on the two on the left, that's sina Edward, our assistant PA, together with our cinematographer and second unit director, sina Adrian, yung nakahawak ng camera.
Alright, so you guys are independent filmmakers.
Yes.
Mabuhay sa ating mga independent filmmakers, mga kaibigan. And I would remember, Kidlat Tahimik of Baguio happens to be the father of indie films, right? Formerly Eric De Guia, but he opted to change his name, right? He's now known as Kidlat Tahimik. What about this? Ayan, sa screen. Ibalik natin to. Okay, anong background nito? Konti, Iha.
I was not actually present during that shoot. They were, pero po sa ano na yan, sa scene na yan, as independent filmmakers, ano lang po kami, parang DIY. As you can see, yung mga boom mics namin. Gawa lang sa kuha lang kami ng kahoy, ganun, and then attach it kung ano po ang meron na available na resources namin. Yun po yung gagamitin namin.
Wow.
Yes po.
So let's talk about your sponsors. Can you mention your sponsors? Like to say thank you so much. There are people or businesses who in a way helped you out to be able to make it realized tonight. Iho.
Sponsors po namin were our
eto.
actually first namin sponsor and the big help would be on Baguio Creative and SK. They're partners with us together with Project Media and helping us out while building this Cinemakale. Also, we want to support or give out a shout out to Stellar Philippines. It's a BPO company under Pampanga and Cebu. Big help po sila. They are our official sponsors together with the food.
Yes. Meron pa po
The
kaming
food.
additional
I like
sponsor.
it.
So yun, SK, hello Sir Levy, and Pasakalye, Mama Ricardo Kyogen, Johnny's Creations will be there. Meron po silang handcrafted na products. Also, Sir Elmo Inso, kung naalala nyo po, siya po yung flute artist natin dito sa Benguet and Baguio. Also, Ed's Palonan Food Hub, and Ma'am Angeli Pamcarino.
Ma'am Angeli.
Yes.
Wow.
Hello.
I saw your chats kanina eh.
Opo.
Si Ma'am Angeli. Mga kaibigan, Cinemakale po ang ating special guest. We're saying hello pala. Juan Coy Nasser Jr. Hello to Ma'am Maris Gumangan, Mabalot, Bumoga, who's going to be one of our guests tomorrow, alongside with Councilor Bumoga, and of course the Vice Mayor of Baguio City, the new Vice Mayor, Attorney Faustino Olowan is going to be here tomorrow. Vic Kayasin sa Fawil, ang gandang umaga, Sir G. Thank you so much. Benson Lagman, Sir John Adi, ang musikero ng Baguio City. Magaling po to. Christina Tina. Good morning. Diana Pago Bruno. Yael Del Paquito. Good morning, Yael. Camalio. Yan. Salay Patricio is also monitoring. Aison, Edu Losnong, Rachel Bumogo. Mabuhay po sa Bumogo family. Jolie, Salay Patricio is also with us this morning. Okay, so more to be flashed on screen actually. I was able to capture last night. Eto, medyo na-surprise kayo, no? Anyway, among what about the criteria? Did you personally choose to be a member of these young filmmakers.
Yes, sir. I just.
So how did it happen?
How did that happen? Kwento mo.
What's the story behind?
That day I saw a post of Artisani. They are looking for actors, and I was really excited to join that day. And I went. It was last year,
Yes.
and I went in that day, and we had our rehearsals,
Yes.
right, sir? For the show,
Sobrang,
yeah.
sobrang
Yes, sir.
astig.
For the sobrang casting, and it was really nice. And thanks God that I learned how to speak Tagalog a little bit. Yeah.
Did they ask you to speak in Tagalog?
Yeah, I
Yes.
speak. Yes.
Okay. So can you share some Tagalog terms or Tagalog words that you learned from these guys?
Sure, kahit anong gusto niyo.
Anong gusto nyo? I guess it happens like before a mealtime, no?
Yes, sir.
Anong gusto nyo? Wow. So I really congratulate all of you. You guys have young minds, and you really want also to help our young filmmakers. The main problem here is the support actually. So kumusta naman yung support at first when you introduced the project? Yeah.
Yes.
Ano naging struggle natin?
Struggle po namin talaga. Nung nagsa-start pa lang kami, when it comes to asking for sponsorship, gusto naming mag-shoot sa mga magagandang location sana, pero syempre may bayad. So, we asked businesses before if we can shoot for like a few minutes lang. Hindi naman po kailangan na money ang maging support nila sa amin. Yung ibibigay nila na location or kaya food, ganun po. And ngayon naman, since talagang pinursu po namin itong paggawa ng films, nakakakuha na rin po kami ng mga sponsorship from politicians and
Wow.
from private business establishments.
Congratulations. The next time around it happens, anong mensahe niyo po, sir, para sa ating mga sponsors na nakikinig po ngayon na dapat in a way magkaroon ng suporta para sa ating mga indie filmmakers po, sir?
I guess the best support, or what we can say, is that supporting a film project for filmmakers is a good help. Kasi not talking about creatively, but talking about what they want. Kasi filmmaking is a good way to promote your certain subject. Para bang other films are conducting yung mga brand infringements of films. That's a good opportunity for them to be recognized and to be known. Kasi the outcome of film, pwede yan, hindi lang siya magstay within the area. It could go internationally. Pwede siyang parang yung ibang films. Why not sabihin nila sa isang festival, international festival, makikita pa yung product nila internationally, and it gives opportunity for them to grow their business.
Wow, I like it. So those who have the financial resources, if you could spare help, that help is going to boomerang to help our independent filmmakers. I'm saying good morning to Ma'am Flor de Lisa Lior Herrera, Sir Ed Beltran, good morning po. Padian Rex, good morning. Madam Rochelle Bumogaw, pag-greet sir, happy birthday po sa aking anak na sis Rudy Bitaga Oboob. Yan, turning 15 today. Yan, love your guest, galing kay Ma'am Rochelle Bumogaw, maraming salamat po.
Thank you po.
Yan, binabati rin po natin na good morning, Padawan Rex. Yan, maraming salamat po. Oh, galing. So, Iho, how's your studies? Why? Because making a film would really eat too much of your time. So, how are you able to, mix your skills at the same time to make it sure that all is well in school?
The great thing that surgery and the others also, they are giving us they are asking us about the free time that when we can act. And actually it's Sundays, the shooting was Sundays, and we doesn't have classes, and we can do our skills in that days, even in the day offs. And there is a lot of benefits that we had it, and a lot of experience that we got it from them as directors, and also from Sir Adrian. I will say hi for Sir Adrian also. and the others also, and the other actors. We have really great group. They love each other. They want
Especially the food.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, you are from Saudi Arabia or from what country?
I'm from Yemen.
From
But,
Yemen.
yeah,
Ah,
I'm
okay.
from
So
Yemen originally.
you know we are welcoming you in open
Thank you so
arms. Yes, you know Filipinas are so great. They are pretty. At the same time, you know Filipinas are so intelligent. Desiree Agiapas, good morning. Peter Camps is also with us this morning. Yeah, maraming salamat po. Okay, so meron ba tayong mga gustong pasalamatan? Yun. Mag-plugging naman tayo, Iha, na
Oh,
para
yes.
panoorin nila mamaya.
And I just would like to thank Adrian for this. Also, Sir William, nice to meet you in person.
Me too.
Yes.
Salamat.
Jerry Calum. Also, we would really like to invite everyone to come later, 6 p.m. Magsa-start po tayo. And hoping to have a special guest like Kidlat Tahimik.
Wow, galing, no?
Hopefully. Hello, Ma'am Maricar, Ma'am Pam. See you later po.
Maganda, si Kid Tahimik. Maganda yan, maganda. So, ang mangyari nito, ganito, Iho. Sa next event nyo, i-partner nyo lang radio station para meron tayong promotion muna.
Okay.
Yan. We'll be in partnership with you. What about your message for not only Filipinos but our foreign friends in Baguio who in a way might want to check you out tonight at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. till 10 p.m. Baguio City Hall, Multi-Purpose Hall.
I hope my friends all will come because I invited them already.
Really?
And also my Filipino friends, because I'm actually going out a lot with my Filipino friends. My schoolmates most of them are also Filipino. And also I have of course the foreign friends, and I have also actually like two traditions. I have already the Arabic tradition and the Filipino tradition, and I'm so proud to have the both traditions, and I'm really grateful.
Thank you so much. We are happy, most especially.
Thank you so much.
Yes, in a way, you are now a Filipino. How do you call it?
A Filipino by heart.
Phil Yemen. Phil Yemen. Mga kaibigan, Sini Macalia po. Sir, ang inyong mensahe po para sa ating mga tagapanood po, sir.
Yes po, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. sa Baguio City Multipurpose Hall. Like to thank you po yung mga sponsors and our partners, Baguio Creative City, the committee. Also Bookends with Ma'am Maricar together with the SK Sir Levy, and also with our official sponsor which is Stellar Philippines. And also guys, yung mga filmmakers po dyan, mga aspiring filmmakers, if you have what you have, please come to this event. We want to build you opportunities, and the best way to create these opportunities is helping with each other. Let's start to talk and to create communications, and there's so many things that we could do if we start sharing what we learn and to start talking about what we could do in making our films real.
Mga kaibigan, isang malakas na palakpak po. Sini Macalia, Film Baguio first, 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. Baguio City Hall, Multi-Purpose Hall. So, see you there tonight. Maraming salamat po. We're gonna be back. Alam nyo, sir, ma'am, sirs and ma'ams, ang guest po natin susunod po ito. Merong merong malaking isang protest sa Hong Kong. It's happening right now. Our special guest next in line is going to be Mr. Sudama Ogawin of Hong Kong. He's going to talk about the 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill. This one is so important. Why? Because it talks about their own country. So you guys watch out for Mr. Agawin Sudama, only right here on Cool 97.5. Salamat ah. See you once again. Okay. Goodbye, Baguio City.
Exclusive installment Blossom. Nagbo-bloom ang savings with 0% interest up to 12 months installment on selected appliances. It's the season for savings sa ADESA Installment Blossom from May 15 to June 30, 2019. Sa ADESA Installment, kayang-kaya!
Per DTI R01 permit number 045 series of 2019.
Welcome to Baguio Central University, BCU. From its humble beginnings as a vocational school, founded on December 5, 1945, to what it is today, after the grant of its university status on August 15, 1977, BCU has produced graduates who have landed in high
Exclusive installment blossom. Nagbubloom ang savings with 0% interest up to 12 months installment on selected appliances. It's the season for savings sa ADESA Installment Blossom from May 15 to June 30, 2019. Sa ADESA Installment, kayang-kaya!
Per DTI R01 permit number 045 series of 2019.
I choose BCU.
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 JC Peralta Rice Dealer. Bigas ay sigurado, lasang panalo. Yan ang JC Peralta Rice Dealer. They sell and deliver quality rice at a reasonable price. JC Peralta Rice Dealer. Diyan lang sa number 609, Rice Section, Magsaysay Avenue, Baguio City Market. JC Peralta Rice Dealer sa San Carlos High Talipapa, Turning Point, at sa B&Q, Otic Street, Baguio City. Kaya kung bigas ang pinag-uusapan, dito ka na sa JC Peralta Rice Dealer. Call now at 0917-506-9729 or 443-8170. Also visit Camado Peralta Rice and Feed Supply at Harvester Building, Purok 5, Irisan, Hilltop Market, and Asin Road, Baguio City. JC Peralta Rice Dealer.
ADESA Exclusive Installment Blossom. Nagbubloom ang savings with 0% interest up to 12 months installment on selected appliances. It's the season for savings sa ADESA Installment Blossom from May 15 to June 30, 2019. Sa ADESA Installment, kayang-kaya!
Per DTI R01 permit number 045 series of 2019.
Up letter with LED. Go to Fine Ads Arts and Signs. Located at Post Office Loop, Baguio City. Branch at Bonifacio Street, Baguio City. Bugayong Building, Quezon Avenue, National Highway, San Fernando, La Union. Call them now at 424-6133, 424-5564, or 0919-216-7201. Fine Ads Arts and Signs.
Cool 97.5. Cool 97.5. Sounds beyond cool.
Thirsty, cool music, refreshing sounds on Cool 97.5.
When the music fades and all is stripped away, innocent.
broadcasting live from number 43, First Road, Quezon Hill proper, Baguio City. Cool 97.5, the only Christian hit radio station in the city, giving you the coolest sounds from morning till nighttime. It's Cool 97.5. Enjoy the coolest tunes, soothing music, right at your cool gadgets on Cool 97.5.
When the music fades and all is stripped away, and I simply come. As long as I remember, I couldn't toe the line in a world of boxes. I just couldn't fit inside. My heart was saying there must be something else out there waiting, where I could be myself. People said my head was in the clouds. If only they could see me now. I am an arrow. I was made to fly. I am an arrow rushing through the sky. With your wind behind me, I'm completely alive. Yes, I am an arrow. I was made to fly. I used to feel like these feathers kept me down, but now I realize they're my ticket off the ground. And people said my hair was in the clouds. If they could see me now. Oh, I am an arrow. I was made to fly. I am an arrow rushing through the sky. With your wind behind me, I'm completely alive. Yes, I am an arrow. I was made to fly. I'm not perfect, but I know I'm on my way, and it's so worth it. So there's nothing I would change. Oh, I was made to fly. I am an arrow rushing through the sky. With your wind behind me, I'm completely alive. Yes, I am an arrow. I was made to fly. I was made to
Yes, good morning, Baguio. It is great to be with Mr. Agawin Sudama of Hong Kong. He was our special guest last Sunday. Now he's back again to continue on what he was discussing, what he was talking about, last Sunday. When he was here, we learned so many inputs about the 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill with Mr. G on your radio on Cool 97.5, the only Christian radio station here in Baguio City. Hello, Mr. Agawin Sudama. Good morning. Welcome to the radio station once again.
Okay, good morning everyone again.
So how are you, Mr. Sudama?
Yeah, we've been doing fine.
And the last time, you were here as our special guest, so many people watching, and I had so many messages, in my chat box requesting if I could bring you back, and I told them, your wish would always be my command. So 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill, our special guest, Mr. Sudama Agawin, right here on Cool 97.5. Mr. Gawin, Joel Inso is listening right now. Sir Joel Inso, Norte Libes, Ronnie Carino Basilio. And also we're saying good morning to a couple of friends like Diana, Pago Bruno, Manari Corey, and Sean. Good morning.
Good
Your
morning.
questions, sayang madam. Wala na pong ating special guest about filmmaking. Anyway, 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill. First question. Can we simply go back to what we were talking about last Sunday?
Okay.
So what is Hong Kong's extradition bill?
Okay, everyone know where Hong Kong is. So the extradition bill is basically allow China to basically it's how to explain this. They will open the request where if other countries such as China would request a suspect to be turned over back to their country to face trial, Hong Kong will allow it. So it seems to be a way to keep Hong Kong a safe place. However, because a lot of people doesn't trust the system in China, the justice system in China, so that's why a lot starting from the business to the law to the student to the young generation and then all the way to everyone oppose this, as this can actually affect the freedom that we have in Hong Kong. Saying that these people, not just China but many countries, can actually just use this as a way to arrest how they declared as criminal.
Alright, so you're like saying the bill would allow Hong Kong to detain and transfer people wanted in countries and territories with which it has no formal, documented extradition agreements. Does it include Taiwan and the Chinese mainland?
Yeah, this will include a lot of countries, including China and Taiwan. Because this bill, technically, it started when a murder case happened in Taiwan. Two young couple went to Taiwan, and the boyfriend murdered his girlfriend in Taiwan, and went back to Hong Kong. And when the police find out, he requested this suspect to be turned over to Taiwan to face trial. However, because there's no such agreement, so they cannot do that. So in the end, Hong Kong can only use corruption of money, since the boyfriend also stole money from the girlfriend, as a charge to put him in jail. Because of this, the government actually used this opportunity to trick people, thinking that this should be a good, this would actually gives justice to the victim, but at the cost of freedom, because this will affect everyone, even foreigners. This is the reason why I brought it here, because we have so many OFWs in Hong Kong, Filipino workers in Hong Kong. And by the way, I have to thank all of them. Also, some people has asked me about this bill and asking if I'm okay, if my family is okay. I'm here to thank everyone who asked me about that. Anyway, back to that's why this bill is so, it should concern everyone. Even you just simply visit Hong Kong or connecting flight, it will affect you if you happen to be at the wrong side of a situation. Maybe just because you got into a way of a businesses where the government doesn't like you, they can do that.
So, Mr. Sudama, you're saying the proposed legislation would allow people arrested in Hong Kong, a semi-autonomous territory, to be sent to mainland China.
Yes, that's basically it.
And what makes this extradition bill so controversial?
As I said earlier, the bill affects, how can I say this? Even though the government stated political evolved crime is not included, but China government always has way to give you whatever charges, whether it's stealing, or you can say you can just simply get someone and forge document, whatever offense, they can just simply wrap it up. Because as long as there's evidence that to prove that you are a criminal, and of course they can already request you to transfer back to China for the face trial. And a lot of cases already happened that a lot of people, after they went to China, nothing has heard from them anymore. So this actually violates human rights. So the problem there is also on the China system itself. If they can actually give more confidence to people give more confidence about the justice, the right, and such, maybe this law is okay. However, that's not the case here. That's why this affects everyone.
Good morning, Baguio. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest, Mr. Agawin Sudamo of Hong Kong, discussing to you the 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill. Sudamo, I'm saying good morning to my very best instructor, Sir Benji Alo. Sir Benji.
Hello, Benji.
Good morning. Sir, kamusta na po kayo? Junior Bodong Golingab. Good morning, Francis Degay. And most of all, the Alo family here in Baguio City. Mabuhay po kayo. Iske Asuncion, good morning. Sir Joel Inso, I'm saying good morning to you as well. Sir, I was able to watch you for so many times down Session Road and somewhere at People's Park. Sir, you are a great artist. V. Albert, Australia is listening to us right now. Hello, Madam V. Albert, and mabuhay, the Riliera family. Sudama,
hello.
Can you greet all the people who are in Hong Kong right now, our listeners in Hong Kong?
Actually, I really am very appreciate of the young generation in the hope, in the edge that this bill is about to pass. They use their own last stand to defend against this, to protest against this bill, which actually we can brought up this topic later about the protest, because this has actually created a new form of protest that actually shocked the entire world. The world major media has talked about that.
All right, so Dama, you really love Hong Kong.
Yes.
And after all, you are a Hong Kong national.
Yeah,
right?
I know, it's really because I grew up in the place, and I really hope that when I go back there, it's still the same as it is. Don't want to go back there and it's already different.
All right, so Dama, we're going to play here a video. This one is a news that I captured last night. Recent development about the protest, right?
Sure.
About the postponement regarding the 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill. So, guys, I'd like you to watch this so we can have further info about this matter. Only right here on Cool 97.5. This one is courtesy of The Guardian.
Fellow citizens, during large-scale public processions over the past 2 Sundays, people have expressed in a peaceful and rational manner their concerns about the Fugitive Offenders Ordinance and their dissatisfaction and disappointment with the government, especially me. I have heard you loud and clear and have reflected deeply on all that has transpired. The concerns over the past few months have been caused by deficiencies in the work of the SAR government over the amendment exercise. I personally had to shoulder much of the responsibility. This has led to controversies, disputes, and anxieties in society. For this, I offer my most sincere apology to all people of Hong Kong. Some of those who joined the processions, as well as my police colleagues who maintained law and order, and media workers covering the incidents, were injured in the conflicts. I am very saddened by this. During the several processions, we saw many people who love Hong Kong taking to the streets to make their views known to the government. Parents took part for the sake of the next generation. Some who usually remain silent, and many young people, felt the need to express their opinions. I understand these feelings. To those young people who have participated peacefully to express the views, let me say, I understand you expect your chief executive to listen to different voices and to respect and care for young people. Connecting with young people was one of my commitments in the election manifesto. I know that we all want Hong Kong to be a caring and well-governed society with hope. I know you have different concerns and views about social issues, yet we share the same passion for Hong Kong. This incident has led me to realize that I need to do more. I have never spared any effort to serve the public, but this incident has made me realize, as a chief executive, I still got much to learn and do in better balancing diverse interests, in listening more to all walks of life, in taking our society forward. I truly hope that those injured can fully recover soon, and that the rift in society could be quickly mended. Hong Kong is our home. It is only by working together as one community and by staying closely connected that we can bring hope for Hong Kong. Thank you very much. 多謝大家。
pH Balance, FDA approved and halal certified. Be part of the team. Be a Jeza Ambassador.
Jessa Beauty Soap, puting Pilipino, puting Pinoy.
For inquiries, you may call or text 0933-8609-177 or 0945-399-1238.
You don't need to memorize the call letters to be able to listen. All you have to do is to set your FM radio dial straight to 97.5 megahertz. Saan ka pa? Dito ka na sa Cool 97.5, your coolest radio station in the city.
Yes, you guys are tuned to Cool 97.5, the only Christian radio station here in Baguio City. My name is Mr. G on your radio, alongside with Mr. Agawin Sudam of Hong Kong. On your radio, the 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill. And I'd like to get your comments about what we just watched regarding the postponement. So no withdrawal, a temporary postponement is happening in Hong Kong.
Yeah, after this postpone, I think the world, the global has already been like stop talking about it, or at least lessen down, since postponement means this bill will not brought up in any time soon. And because of the upcoming election in Hong Kong, the district councillor, it's equivalent to barangay election, which means they will not have enough time to brought it back up. So technically, it's going to be withdrawn or just die a natural course. However, people do not accept her apology, do not accept that she's just used the word postpone, not withdraw. If that's the case, then why don't you just say withdraw? If the bill is not going to be brought back up, why don't you just say withdraw? And more importantly, she has not responded to the people about the question of the police excessive use of forces, and also the police attacking the journalists during the protest on June 12th, which is Independence Day in Baguio, in Philippines. And so that's why people do not accept her apology, do not accept that whatever statement she have made, and continue to protest. That causes the continuous protest that you see in the news, there's a record breaking of 2 million people last Sunday.
Last Sunday during the protest.
Yes, that was the time I was here. We're talking about it. Of course, I cannot leave the comment yet during the time because the protest was happening. It's already been 6 days, but I can.
So around 2 million, approximately.
Yes, 2 million and
2 million.
Yes.
So look at this. Hong Kong leader says extradition bill will not be scrapped.
Oh, that's already.
So this one is a massive protest.
Yeah,
approximately 2 million.
That one's the news before, because the announcement of suspension is happened after the 2 million people protest on last Saturday. What you see here on the news, that was actually the news from last. This was last Thursday, is it? Is there a date there?
Okay, this one is kind of new. I guess it might be 1 or 2 days ago.
I don't think so, because they said, well, maybe the wording is there is. They said the word will not be strapped is equivalent to postpone, right?
Okay.
However, because like I said earlier, there won't be enough time to brought it back up in the meeting on the second reading, so which means it will pretty much gone soon enough. However, the threat is still there. So that's why this is the reason why people would hate the way she would respond to this. They
Now-
said it's not scrapped. They said it's postponed. But if it's not gonna brought back up, why don't you just say withdraw?
Okay. So what about this, Mr. Sudama? Here, this one is quite saddening. Hong Kong thousands gather for fresh protests against extradition bill. So these are students. These are people in business. No, they came from all walks of life.
Actually, the extradition bill, although it's already postponed, so the new protest, actually not on the bill anymore, but more on the excessive use of police forces. And in the same time, because that day they declare that day as a riot, and riot is a serious offense. And okay, how do you identify as riot, Soji? How do you identify what is a riot?
So, like in the Philippines, a riot, like everybody gets, of course you see people getting hurt, right? Security is going to be a problem. Like there are two forces fighting. Yes, security. It happened to our country a long time ago. It's like I'm trying to remember what we had when we had people power. And you mentioned about the number here. Around 2 million, most probably, right? 2
million.
We're talking about millions, right?
Yeah, million people.
Yeah, millions. So what about education? How is it affecting now education as well as business in Hong Kong?
Business. Okay, start with education. Of course, since a lot of people who protest are students, and during this time it's a time for examination. So a lot of people actually did not take their exam. They just simply go protest because they said that's what they think. If I fail the exam, I can just take it next year. But if Hong Kong dies, we will never get it back. So that's why they would sacrifice pretty much a year of the study and wanted to step out and protest against this bill. And now the police declaration of rioting. That is the protest now about. They want Hong Kong the government to remove the declaration of riot, release the arrested protesters, the demonstrators, and use the word withdrawal of that bill, and hold responsible for the excessive use of police force. Yes, that's the 4.
All right, Mr. Gavin Sudama of Hong Kong.
Yes, hi.
2019 Hong Kong extradition bill. Sudama, Alex Aison is listening to us right now. Michelle Carissa Orduña Abuan, Nicanor Tagudog Salupin. And some listeners are saying, hey, please greet us right now. We are in Hong Kong. We are
hello.
as Filipinos in Hong Kong. Would you like, can I greet them, Mr. Sudama?
Hello, good morning. How's work in Hong Kong? How's everything in Hong Kong?
All right, so based on the news, Hong Kong's leader apologizes again but won't pull controversial extradition bill.
Exactly. That's why people continue to protest. Why don't they put it out? That's why we don't accept that. Okay, we want complete withdrawal because, like I said, if you leave the bill there, they can just bring it back up in a future time.
So, Mr. Sudama,
Yes.
the protest that we saw early on could be the largest demonstration in Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
Since the territory was handed over to China by the British colony way back in the 1990s.
Yeah.
There's a big question here, Mr. Sudama. Plain and simple, is Hong Kong part of China?
We have a kind of a complicated situation here. We're running the what they call one country two system, where Hong Kong technically has its own government, has its own system where we actually practice democracy and enjoy all the freedom that what the colony has left to us. Just leave it that way, and which is completely different system from China because China is communism. So however, a lot of bill, especially this bill, would actually greatly affect this declaration of one country two system. So you can say Hong Kong is actually under China as part of China, but we are not entirely China.
All right, Mr. Sudama, I'm going to play here a video about the protests. This one is an actual situation. Here, I'd like you to talk about it while it's playing.
Yes, I think this happened just yesterday. Yeah, that's exactly what we meant about the excessive forces. Now our protest is now on the police. With all the proofs that the police has been hurting the protesters, while in fact the declaration of rioting has still up. So if they declare it as a riot, meaning everyone, even though you're just standing there, is considered riot, right? So we want that to be removed. And so yes, what happened yesterday is they have surrounded the police station, yeah, and protests. Yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, as you can see that people continue to protest and will not rest until we got all the answers we wanted.
All right, there's a question here
Yes.
for you, Mr. Sudama. Why is Beijing meddling in Hong Kong, in your own opinion?
Oh,
Because you were born and raised in Hong Kong.
in China, they always wanted Hong Kong to be part of it. However, because of the complicated situation we have with back then with the colony, and because of the economic status of Hong Kong, Beijing cannot control Hong Kong directly. So they use a lot of different ways, like a backdoor way, to trying to meddle into Hong Kong's businesses. Because Hong Kong is the only way back then. It's the only way for economic trading, like getting the money, the funds, and something like that. Since Hong Kong is a free trading city, which in the rest of the city in China, let's just say it's being locked down. You cannot trade directly inside the other places. So that's why Beijing want to control this, the only backdoor, the only in and out of products and other goods in Hong Kong.
When I was doing my research, Mr. Sudama, your Hong Kong leader has refused to scrap it, of course, and is pushing for the amendments to be passed before July. So what happens next?
What happened next? Of course, we will continue to protest. We will never want it to pass. So that's why, because this has already gained the majority agree. Over 80 to 90% people already disagree with this change. So why would you insist? This is another sign that is Beijing trying to meddle into our business. Why can't you just leave us alone? I mean, we're cool like that. One country, two system. Leave our system alone. You need something, we help you. We trade it. You buy it. So what? Don't just simply take it.
All right.
So yeah.
Okay, we're saying good morning to Edward Lumasang. Thank you so much, Edward Lumasang. Charlene Common, thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go back to the past, Mr. Sudama. Like the question isn't it Hong Kong part of China anyway? Why? Because a former British colony, just like what you mentioned, Hong Kong is semi-autonomous under the principle of one country, two systems.
Yeah.
After it was returned to China's rule way back in the 1990s. And your city has your own laws.
Yes.
And your people enjoy civil liberties, right?
Yeah. We technically have our own law. We are not affected by whatever China has new implementation of law. That's why this has actually been a lot of questions. Like people would say, isn't it that you guys only affected, only allow one child? How come I have a sister? And that's basically the answer, because we have our own law.
And Hong Kong has entered into extradition agreements with 20 countries, including the UK and the US, but no such agreements have been reached with mainland China, despite ongoing negotiations in the past 2 decades. Why?
This is intentional, actually. Back then, with the British government worried that Hong Kong will lose its status, so they intentionally signed this bill, and in the same time, these 20 countries are all have complete well organized justice system, where it actually respect human rights and follow human rights, and will make sure that the criminal has has a chance for trial. You can see that, because even just US alone, how many people actually been in jail just because of wrong accusation, and because of the DNA test that they have been brought out just recently, they released so many prisoners out because they prove that they're innocent. So this is why we would continue to practice the human rights about criminal. We don't even, isn't it here even in Philippines? You only the court can declare a person criminal, because before that he's just a suspect, and that is why this is complete different system happens in China.
All right.
So yeah.
Okay, so
It's intentional.
Intentional. Mr. Agawad Sudama of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Hong Kong. He's here in the Philippines. You know, he studies and he works, right?
Yeah.
And of course, he's talking about 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill. Mr. Sudama, we're saying good morning to Proxtato, Marvin Sebastian. Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning.
Thank you.
And also Edward Lumasang. Good morning. Good morning. Now, light talk about Hong Kong. Light talk about Hong Kong.
Yep.
You know, I really appreciate Hong Kong. Why? Because as they say, Hong Kong happens to be the shopping capital of the world, right?
Yes.
Shopping. So here we're gonna do some trivia about Hong Kong.
Yes.
Okay. So Dama, what must we know about Hong Kong that we don't really know?
Of course, Hong Kong is a small city, populated by 7 million people, and we are actually a small city. Like I said, it's a very special city because of the one country, two system. So in Hong Kong, we practice a lot of freedom, including speech of freedom, freedom of press, and religious freedom. So you can believe anything you wanted there. And we also follow what the British brought us up to practice democracy, part democracy, where we are allowed to vote our council member and such thing. Of course, the reason why it's become a shopping capital because Hong Kong also has zero import tax. So your foreign income products, you can find it in Hong Kong. Not to mention whatever product that is made in China, usually they will pass by Hong Kong first before, although it's no longer only Hong Kong, but majority of products will actually ship out from Hong Kong, and that's where you can say that it's really a shopping capital. We have the latest products, the latest season of products. We are available from Europe, US, and from China.
And the religions in Hong Kong are Buddhism, Confucianism, Taoism, with Christian and Muslim minorities.
Yes.
What about the language? What do you guys speak?
Of course, majority of us speak Cantonese. 90% of us speak Cantonese. So
Chinese and English.
Cantonese specifically.
So Cantonese.
Yeah.
It happens to be your dialect, right? Spoken by most of the population.
Yeah.
Almost 1/3 of the population, like 1/3 speaks English, right?
1/3, although
or
English
it could
is
be
required.
more.
There could be more.
Okay.
Because supposedly people would have to speak good English there, but I know I have a lot of friends who told me that they don't really speak the straight English.
But is it true, like some hotels in Hong Kong, like hotel staff, they speak Japanese and German?
English. Maybe they learn it on their own, like if they are able to speak other language. But English and Cantonese is required, and Mandarin as well.
What about the currency in Hong Kong? What do you guys use?
We use Hong Kong dollar, which is the rate is around 1 Hong Kong dollar equivalent to 6.65. I'm not sure the latest one. It's usually around that rate.
And MasterCard and Visa are widely accepted in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
When it comes to buying and selling.
Yeah.
You did mention about no sales or value-added taxes in Hong Kong. In the Philippines, there are.
Yeah, 12%, including water.
What about your public transport? What do you use in Hong Kong?
We have of course the double level bus, and of course the mass transit railway, the train, and that's two other major form of transportation.
So you have taxis, buses, and MRT, the mass transit railway.
Yes, that is the train system we have that actually connects the majority of cities in Hong Kong. So that's why transportation is very convenient in Hong Kong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what about visa information in Hong Kong?
Visa?
Like visa is not required for nationals of most countries for a period of stay ranging from 7 days to 180 days. It is highly recommended to have a passport that is valid for at least 6 months after the period of intended stay. If you're planning a trip to mainland China, then you will require a visa. Is it true?
Hong Kong, I'm not sure about for Philippines. I think the government's actually giving 3 weeks of stay, of free stay, right? After that, you need a visa.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't know the latest agreement on that one. However, Hong Kong has actually visa free for a lot of countries. Mostly the country that is used to be a British colony, including Australia, they can freely visit Hong Kong. And although you mentioned that about the China, yes, if you're holding Philippine passport, entering China requires a passport. A visa, I mean.
Wow, I like it. Thank you so much for being so kind to Filipinos.
We understand. We have so many OFWs in Hong Kong, or if not, they're probably studying or working on what. That's what we are. We accept anyone, everyone, as long as you are actually willing to be part of our society.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gawin Sudam of Hong Kong, 2019 Hong Kong Extradition Bill. Mr. Sudam, we're saying hello and thank you so much to our sponsors. Like one is actually ADESA Corporation. Let me just flash ADESA Corporation. Installment Blossom is happening up until June 30, 2019. Installment really affordable, kayang-kaya, zero interest for 12 months. Kindly check out ADESA Corporation, right? It's like near SLU. And of course, we'd like to say thank you so much to more of our sponsors, by the way. We're saying thank you to Damito Print Shop. They customize t-shirts, personalized gift items, car stickers, souvenirs, and they can rush your IDs. Damito is located on the lower ground floor, Palangdao Building, General Luna Road, baba ng Mang Inasal beside Health 102. And of course, more of our sponsors. And we're saying thank you so much to, yes, Cronuts. Do you like donuts, Mr. Sudama?
Oh, I like it.
Yes, Cronuts, one of the best donuts, all around the Philippines. And of course, Gawin Sudama of Hong Kong, 2019 Hong Kong Extradition Bill. We're talking about, light moments about Hong Kong, light trivia about Hong Kong. What is the official name of Hong Kong?
Have Hong Kong Special Administrative Region.
Okay.
HKSAR.
So Hong Kong, yes. SAR. And what does Hong Kong mean?
Well, there's a lot of meaning. There's a lot of saying the original name of Hong Kong. They said it's actually a seaport that actually sells a lot of incense because it smells good. That's why it's called. That's why they have this name. Although the real origin of the name is actually unknown. That's what widely people would believe, that because it's a seaport, a small fishing village with a lot of incense. Because Hong Kong used to be a fishing village with only 2,000 people staying there.
So Hong Kong means a fragrant harbor.
Yeah.
Right, somewhat.
Incense.
We're saying hello to Ma Mary Ann Bensal. Hello, good morning, Ma Mary Ann. How are we doing this morning? And okay, so what about, who are the people in Hong Kong?
Hong Kong people.
Yes, aside from the Filipinos.
Yeah, of course, we have a lot of Filipinos working in our place in Hong Kong. And by the way, thank you for all the hard work that everyone has pulled out in Hong Kong. Without you, Hong Kong's economy is gonna go down. So everyone worked very hard to contribute into our society. So yeah, back to your question. Yes, we have a lot of majority of us are. Actually, we have very few people actually native, really grew up in really native in Hong Kong. Majority of them actually moved from foreign places and just simply settled down in Hong Kong. That's how Hong Kong was populated. We, especially during the chaotic time of war for example, the World War II and the Civil War in China, a lot of people actually escaped and went to Hong Kong and just settled down there. So that's why you cannot say that we are all of us originated from Hong Kong. We are basically mixed race.
Is it true, Mr. Sudama, in Hong Kong there are more females than males?
I have no idea about the recent statistic about the situation, so I cannot really comment on that one.
We're saying good morning to Leonardo de Guzman Vinoya Jr. So, Mr. Sudama, what's your appeal now to all your fellow men and fellow women in Hong Kong while the bill is suspended?
I hope the fight continues. Actually, I'm very admire of the young people. I have actually 5 things I want to mention why this has been a really what I appreciate the most about the people who actually participate in protests. Yeah, let's talk about the protests. That's what the message I have. I really am grateful what you did for our place to protect and preserve our freedom, our last line defense with the freedom. Because once the bill has passed, as you know, we will technically lose our freedom. So anyway, you can see during the protests we actually observe 5 things. They are very persistent because as you know, the bill was actually at the edge of passing. A lot of council members actually entering the court and ready to pass the bill, vote pass on the day it was when the protest happened. So it's like the last defense. People will think that, hey, what's the use? We just protest and do nothing. So that they actually took the action. They surrounded the council member building. They actually stopped anyone from entering or leaving the government building and trying to cripple the daily operation of the government. So that's how persistent they are, isn't it? Because at the time we're supposed to give up, they would say they would not give up. They would persist. They would actually insist of what they want. They stand there. They would continue to block the way until to the point where the police start clearing out, and they still would not want to leave. They would take all the tear gas and the rubber bullet shot and still would not leave. So to the point where it grabbed the attention of it delayed the reading, and eventually it becomes suspended. So you can consider that a huge victory. Should I say that victory, sir?
Well, I would say temporary victory.
Yeah, temporary victory.
We're still waiting for the next decision of our Hong Kong leaders. Will it really be postponed?
Yes.
Or will it really be withdrawn? So what are you after for? Is it for the postponement or for the withdrawal?
We're after the withdrawal. Of course, because of what happened during the protest, we have created, the government has created new problem. It's supposedly only about the withdrawal of the bill. Now they have to deal with the police, excessive use of forces. Now they have to deal with Donald Trump, because Donald Trump already made a statement that this will be mentioned on G20 summit. Yeah, we grabbed the attention. Now they also have to deal with the election in Taiwan. We have actually successfully grabbed the attention of the society, of the world. They have actually talked about the human rights, it has been on the news every single day, at least for the past few weeks. I'm not sure about today now.
And how's your family now in Hong Kong?
Of course, they're doing fine.
How's your communication with them?
We're still talking. Although they pretty much would support this one, they themselves cannot actually physically be in the protest ground. So our family is fine, by the way. And you can see this protest also has one thing we observe. It's we don't actually have a leader. Nobody leads. Nobody calls for the charge. We just do on our own. Everything is on our own. Everything that we do here, nobody pay for us. We do it out of our own will. Like, who actually step out there and take all the tear gas? Nobody asked them to do it. They do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest this morning, Mr. Agawin Sudama of Hong Kong, talking about 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill.
Yeah.
Mr. Sudama, I'm saying good morning to Mr. Mike Sibuma. I guess you still remember him.
Hello. Yes,
hello, Mike.
You. Hello, hi.
The master drone, Mr. Mike Sibuma. And mabuhay, the Sibuma family. Yan sa Pangasinan, sa La Union, sa Lowlands po mga kaibigan. Cesar Velasco Chiracher, good morning. Daryl, Ira, Rob, good morning. I'm saying good morning to Red Misty Kaizo List. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.
As we end our show this morning, Mr. Sudama, I'd like you to give your message. We want to hear a message for the world regarding what is happening right now, the suspended 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill.
I'm actually very grateful that the world has actually spoken up to support us. They show the support and to defend with our freedom. So I really appreciate all people who are actually show concern and even show help to our I can say country, our place, our region in Hong Kong. So I hope that people also would actually be more sensitive of surrounding, because this actually also tell people that if you persist, you will success. There's always ways. Pull out all the best, and you know from the protesters, you know that there's unity. There's power in unity. As long as we have one common cause, no matter what race, what religion, what how, you can always pull out. You just contribute a little bit. You can pull out the best. That's the result of delaying the bill, of course. So do not give up, and I hope that do not let politics bother you. If you, because the time where a lot of people would say, oh, I don't want to mingle into other people's business, I don't want to mingle to the politics, until the time the politics actually come to your doorstep, that's what you speak up, that's too late. So please be aware of everything surrounding you, starting by your neighborhood, what's going on, because if this happen again, it might be too late sometimes. That's what I have to say. Be more sensitive about your surroundings.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Our special guest this morning, Mr. Agawin Sodama of Hong Kong, talking about 2019 Hong Kong extradition bill. Mr. Sodama,
yes.
Our next special guest happens to be Miss Catherine Simatu. She is the communications officer of Smoke Free Baguio. We're going to talk about a research about Baguio Adult Tobacco Survey. Conducted this year, 2019. So this is going to be so exciting. Yes, Baguio Adult Tobacco Survey result 2019. So thank you so much again, Mr. Sodama, and hopefully to see you again.
Hope I can come back again.
Of course. Okay, you're a blessing. I like the advocacy that you are getting into. Showing your care for your fellow men, fellow women in Hong Kong. Yes. All right. So, Mr. Sodama, thank you so much. And your last parting message for the people of Baguio City.
Of course, you're listening to our only Christian radio, Cool 97.5. Is that correct? Cool 97.5 Christian radio. Here I am with Mr. G. Why do you say, hey, can I just call you? Why do you say, hey, I am G Junior?
G Junior.
We really have a celebrity in Hong Kong named G Junior.
I like it. So I'm gonna see you back again, Mr. Sodama.
all right, bye.
All right, we're gonna back with Miss Catherine Simatu, Communication Officers of Smoke Free Baguio on Cool 97.5.
I Love Baguio with Mr. G on your radio. A radio talk show aiming to highlight inspiring Baguio stories, important matters in our surroundings, and encouragement from our radio guest based on their line of expertise. Get inspired, get motivated, and get updated. Listen to I Love Baguio on Cool 97.5, your maximum Christian music authority in Baguio City.
How deep, how wide, the precious love of Jesus is for you, for me. There'll always be enough. No sin, no shame, no storm could ever separate us from the one who gave his life for us. I may not understand the mystery, the measure of your plan, but I will give my all. Yes, I will give my all to you. Now to Jesus, Jesus who is able to do more than to know by faith the power and the victory you won is mine with every breath I take. So I won't be afraid when darkness falls and troubles come my way. You will lead me on. Yes, you will keep me safe and strong. Now to Jesus, Jesus who is able to do more than we could ever ask or imagine. We will give you all the glory. Only you are worthy, worthy of all praise. And now to Jesus, Jesus who is able to do more than we could ever ask or imagine. We will give you all the glory. Only you are worthy, worthy of all praise. Give me Jesus, give me Jesus, only Jesus. Give me Jesus, give me Jesus, only Jesus. Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus, give me Jesus, only Jesus, yeah. Give me Jesus, give me Jesus, only Jesus. So many dreams sent out to sea, all that my heart was longing for. I felt it steal a breath from me, to see them washed up on the shore. You didn't give me everything I wanted, 'cause you knew what I needed more. This is my something better. You brought it all together, like finding buried treasure through closing doors and countless tears. You saw me standing here. This is my new horizon, the song after the silence. Thank God for stormy weather, the boats that never made it home. This is my something better. To think I'd ever doubt your heart, when I could only see through clouded glass. You're standing on the other side. It's clear now. You always save the best for last. This is my something better. You brought it all together, like finding buried treasure through closing doors and countless
I'm saying good morning to all of you. Welcome to a radio program. This is Mr. G on your radio and Cool 97.5, the only Christian radio station here in Baguio City. Our special guest would like to welcome to the radio station of Communications Officer of Smoke Free Baguio, Miss Catherine Simatu, to talk about a survey, right? The Baguio Adult Tobacco Survey Result 2019. Hello, ma'am. Good morning po.
And good morning, Mr. G, and good morning to everyone, the listeners of the Christian radio station in Baguio City, 97.5.
Ayan, alam niyo ma'am, marami na pong na-excite kasi yung survey na yan, makikita po natin talaga
yes.
ang resulta. Ma'am, when was it conducted po, yung research po na yan?
Yeah, this Baguio Adult Tobacco Survey was conducted last February 2019 by the School of Medicine of SLU, spearheaded by Dr. Nelson Hora.
Wow!
Yeah, so bagong-bago pa siya. And na-release lang siya, finally na-release siya noong April.
So, fresh na fresh talaga, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And nakita ko ata sa dyaryo nakaraan, naging speaker po kayo. Napag-usapan din tong bagay na to eh.
Yeah.
Nasa Milan Courier ata. Okay, so let's talk about yung tobacco survey result na yan. Anong lumalabas sa survey, madam? Pagdating sa percentage pa ng mga smokers sa Baguio at saan?
So before we present the statistics, parang let's see the background of this Baguio Tobacco Adult Survey, sir.
Okay.
So ang Baguio Adult Tobacco Survey or BATS is anchored with the tobacco monitoring tool made by World Health Organization, the Global Adult Tobacco Survey. So its main purpose is to monitor adult tobacco use and track the tobacco control interventions. And so ang BATS po, ang Baguio Adult Tobacco Survey, is being conducted every 2 years. Ngayon lang medyo na-delay. Ayan, so parang 2016 yung last, ngayon naman yung pag-release ng BATS 2019.
Wow,
ayan.
Excited na ako dyan
Yes. So, yung sa tobacco use, ang current smokers natin nung 2016, I want to emphasize na nung 2016, hindi pa natin ini-implement yung ating Smoke-Free Baguio Ordinance 34 Series of 2017. So, magandang i-compare natin yung 2016 with the 2019. Why? Because makikita natin, 2017 is the implementation and approval of this Smoke-Free Baguio Ordinance. Ano yung difference nung meron na yung ordinansa natin? So, while I read this statistics, I present this, ipapakita ko din yung difference niya with 2016.
Ayan, eto madam ha. Eto po mga kaibigan sa screen po natin, ang Smoke-Free Baguio. Ayan. So, mabuhay po sa Smoke-Free Baguio. So, going back to you, madam.
Yes, yes, sir. Ayan, so sa current smokers natin, nung 2016, we have 34%. Ngayong 2019, bumaba siya, 17.6% na lang po. So, makikita natin yung difference na almost half. And ang male smokers natin, nung 2016 ay 32.1%, bumaba siya ng konting-konti lang, naging 30%. However, ang makikita nating sobra yung pagbabago, yung decrease ay sa female smokers.
Female?
Yes. Noong 2016, we are emphasizing na mas mataas ang rate ng smokers, hindi lamang sa Baguio, kundi sa Pilipinas. So, naging 35.8 siya noong 2016. Ngayon naman ay naging 7.3. So, ano po ang implication nun? Na mas matigas talaga ang ulo ng mga kalalakihan. Kasi 2% lamang po ang binaba. Unlike sa ating female na meron pong 20 plus na percent ng pagbaba. Ayan. And, yun, ano ba yung mga ginagamit ng ating smokers? So, number 1 po dyan, ang manufactured. Ito po yung mga sigarilyo na nakapak. Yan po. And then, next ay smokeless. Ito yung, ano yung smokeless? Kasama po ito sa ating ordinansa. Ito yung tobacco na kasama sa pagmuyan ng muma. Ayan, smokeless. Okay. Yes sir. And then, e-cigarette, meron din po. Ayan, siya ang third. Number 1 natin, mga sigarilyo, and then smokeless, and then e-cigarette. Ayan po. And then, number of cigarettes smoked daily ng mga smokers natin, ang number 1 dyan ay yung 6 to 10 sticks per day. And then followed by 11 to 15 sticks.
Ano yung
a day.
madam? Individual po yan? 6 to 10 sticks a day?
Oo, individual.
Oh.
Yes. And then, each started smoking. Ito po yung ine-emphasize natin na ang pinakamataas, tinanong natin yung ating smokers kung ilang taon sila nag-start. Ang number 1 sa ating category ay 15 to 24 years old. So imagine, minor
15?
sila. Yes, when they started
Bata pa.
smoking. And ang pangalawa doon, below 15 years old.
Meron na rin below 15?
Yes. So parang dito natin makikita, Mr. G, na may epekto talaga yung the younger you are, the more na mas malapit ka sa temptation sa mga vices. Kaya we are really emphasizing na we protect the minors. That's why we always invite and we meet with our DepEd, CHED, school champions for us to really implement this ordinance. Although meron po tayong DepEd Memo 48 na nagsasabi na bawal nga po within the school campus. Kaya lang, outside campus, ito yung mga reports na ating nare-receive, Mr. G, na may mga nagbebenta pa ring stores within 100 meters perimeter, which is prohibited sa ating ordinance. Per stick, they are allowing children, minors to buy and to smoke near the schools.
So bawal dapat, no? May penalty pa, madam, no?
Yes, sino ang person in charge dito? Yung school administrator. They really need to see na yung mga students ay hindi nagsusmoke. And also yung sa stores, sila yung ma-penalty dito for giving or selling tobacco products to the minors, which is really prohibited sa ating ordinansa.
So mga kaibigan, mga nakikinig mo, kabataan po dyan, mga nagbebenta.
Oo. Oo, pati yung nagbebenta pala, Sir G, bawal din yung mga minors na i-allow natin na magbenta.
Magbenta. Kunyari, naiwanan sa sari-sari store, bawal yon.
Bawal.
Lalo kapag bibenta yung sigarilyo.
Bawal. Kahit na yung anak nyo, for example, kayo yung nagbebenta na parents, tapos sinabihan nyo yung anak nyo na ikaw muna magbenta, pag nandun yung team natin na mag-inspect at nakita na yung bata, may violation po yan. And it happens all the time pag nag-inspect kami. May mga nakikita kami talaga at na-encounter na mga minors na nagbebenta.
Ayan, mga kaibigan, tandaan po natin yan, ha? Mahalagang bagay po na yan.
And then, may mga quitters tayo ng smoking na years na silang nag-quit pero nag-shift naman sila ng vape or e-cigarette. So, sabihin ulit natin na ang hindi lang po tobacco products or cigarettes ang nasa ordinance natin na may prohibition. Meron din po yung e-cigarette, vape, or ENDS, Electronic Nicotine Device System. So, bawal din po yan. Kasi nakikita natin, ang sinasabi po, yes, they quit smoking but they shift to vape. Ang sabi ng mga vapers community, safe daw ang vaping. But now, we have new studies na nakiklaim from our international health researchers and doctors and specialists na nagsasabi na may mga ill effects ang vaping. At wag na po nating hintayin na kagaya ng sigarilyo, maraming mamatay, saka natin stop ang vaping.
Eto, madam, sa screen, no? Ito yung pinag-usapan natin na vaping po.
Yes.
It could double your risk of a heart attack.
Yes,
according to a new research. Talaga, yung daily na ginagawa to, no? Could double your risk of a heart attack.
Ang sabi nga ng ibang mga vapers, nawala yung asthma nila nung nag-vape sila. But no, there is no medical research about it claiming na merong health pwedeng, tawag nun, Mr. G, pwede silang maagapan yung kanilang asthma. Wala po. Hindi po totoo yan.
What about your posting po dito, madam? Pwedeng humingi ng background. Yan, quitting smoking makes you happier according to a study.
Yes, because meron kasing connection ang mental health and smoking. Ayan, so kapag nagsusmoke tayo, pag nag-smoke kasi tayo, dumadami yung nicotine receptor natin. I'm not a doctor, I'm just a communications officer, but I will try to relay this information to you according to our experts na ang ating brain kapag nag-smoke tayo, nadodoble yung ating nicotine receptor. Kapag hindi na na-meet ng ating ating hindi na-meet yung longing or yung pagkukulang ng nicotine receptor, nagiging aligaga, nagiging stressful, mas nagiging magagalitin ang mga tao kapag hindi na po-provide itong nicotine na ito ng katawan. Ayan, so parang kapag hindi ka nag-smoke, kapag chain smoker ka, nagagalit ka, nasistress ka. Kaya ang sabi ng mga smokers natin, Mr. G, kapag daw nagsusmoke sila, mas nare-relax daw sila, mas happy daw sila. Pero, ang sinasabi naman natin dito is, if we quit smoking, mas magiging happy tayo. Kasi, ma-overcome natin yung addiction. Ayan, yung addiction. At saka magiging normal yung system ng ating brain. Yan.
Yan, tama po yan. Yes. Okay, bigyan natin special guest po ngayon, Ms. Catherine Simatu, the Communications Officer of Smoke-Free Baguio. Ma'am, nakikinig po, Red Misty Kaiso List. Choi join. Hello, Sir Choi. Joel Mabiasan of Dubai, Nemia Garganta Navarro, FRS Habitula, Roland Bugtong, Marites Dami, Minda Kigis Agnad, Fidel, Madam Minda Kigis Agnad, kumusta po? Fidel Senior Aquisio, Edna Libatike, Nartales, Sir Lito Press ng California. Yan. Balik tayo sa survey na Madam. Anong medyo nakakagulat pa? Maliban sa expose na binigay nyo sa amin kanina.
And so parang yung nag-quit ng smoking, nag-shift sila ng vaping. So punta po tayo sa statistics ng e-cigarette usage. So meron po tayong male user, mas marami ang ating vapers na lalaki and female kaysa female. Ngayon, ang alarming po dito, ang age range po ng users natin ay nag-start nung 15 to 24 years old and then followed by itong 25 to 24 years old. So, na-emphasize ulit natin dito, Mr. G, na minors ulit nag-start ang ating vapers. So,
minors na naman?
Yes po. At ang tobacco industry, ang ginagawa nilang strategy, ang talagang ina-attack nila is yung minor. Bakit po minor ang mina-attack ng ating tobacco industry? Because they invest. The younger they are, the more money that they will get from these people. They don't care about our children. They just care about, it's all about money for them. Kaya, mapapansin din natin, Mr. G, ang mostly na oldies natin, ang kanilang tinitake ay cigarette. Ang minors ngayon, ang trending sa kanila is vape.
Matindi. Ito, Madam, yung e-cigarette na, ito social kasi actually ito eh.
Ayan.
A study finds e-cigarette flavors can damage our cardiovascular cells.
Yes.
Matindi.
Ang sabi kasi ng vapers community ulit, wala daw nicotine ang ating vape, wala daw harmful effect, but as you can see sa ating mga studies like that na ayan, cardiovascular cells, it can also damage our brain cells. Magkakaroon din tayo ng popcorn lungs. Ayan, so marami din talaga. Ang gusto kasi nila ng mga vapers yung flavor, 'di ba? May chocolate, may mango, ganun. Kaya lang ang nakakatakot po kasi sa vape, aside from pumuputok siya, 'di ba? Meron tayong report na pumutok. Ito ay gateway to drugs. Hindi natin alam kung ano yung nilalagay ng kabataan. Kung ito ba ay marijuana na or shabu na liquefied and then through this device, nahihit-hit nila. At may mga cases na ng ganyan sa US and yan yung gusto nating i-prevent dito sa City of Baguio, Mr. G.
Ayan, pakinggan nyo mga kabataan, ha?
Yes.
Nako, ano pang, di ko mas marami pang expose. Napakaganda naman survey na yan.
Ayan. Oo. Yung attempts naman to quit smoking ng ating mga smokers based on our survey, pinakamataas yung will quit someday but not in the next 12 months. They are planning to quit but not within this year. And then followed by planning to quit within this year. And then, meron din naman mataas yung percentage ng planning to quit next month. Ayan. So, kapag yung survey kinandak nung February, mataas din yung percentage ng gustong mag-quit na next month. March, ganun. Yes po.
Yan pala yan.
And then, interest in quitting ng mga smokers natin nung 2016, 55.3% lang yung parang may interest na mag-quit ng smoking. Pero ngayon naman, tumaas siya from 55.3%, naging 77.9% na ang gustong mag-quit ng smoking. Ayan. Pero ang alarming, Mr. G, itong second-hand smoke. Kasi po, we are emphasizing na that's why we have this smoke-free Baguio ordinance because it's about the second-hand smokers and the third-hand smoker. Also the first-hand smokers, but we see to it na hindi affected yung community. But dito po sa survey, meron pa din po ang nakaka-encounter ng second-hand smoke and third-hand smoke. Number 1 po dyan, restaurant. Ayan, so makikita natin dito sa survey na tumaas siya. So, yun yung alarming din, Mr. G, na we are talking in the city task force meeting na tumaas ng 0.4% yung second-hand smoke sa restaurant. Even in transport, public transport, from nung 2014, 10.3, tumaas siya ngayon. Naging 13.2%.
Naku, alarming talaga.
Yes, alarming. That's why we really focus now. It's sa second year ng project natin, itong public transport groups. Also, government facilities. Ito yung tinatanong
Gobyerno mismo.
Government facilities. We have, noong 2006, meron po tayong 3.6%. Ngayon po, naging 6% siya, tumaas.
Tumaas.
Yes, it's really alarming. And
kasama sa research nyo, madam, usually saan naninigarilyo sa ating mga government facilities?
Ayan, so hindi ako magsasabi ng kung anong government facility yan. Pero usually ang daming reports ng government smoking, which is hindi dapat. Mostly nagtatago sila sa mga parang basement or sa kalikod-likuran ng government facility. Pero sabi po kasi ng ating smoke-free Baguio Ordinance, no smoking, absolute smoking area ang government facility. So, ibig sabihin po, bawal po dyan. It's a public place. Bawal dyan ang magsigarilyo. And sabi rin po yan ng civil service. So, yun din yung plan natin sa second year ng ating project to really partner with Civil Service Commission para po ma-actionan natin itong problem ng smoking sa government facilities.
Mga kaibigan, natin special guest, Ma'am Catherine Simatu, Communications Officer of Smoke-Free Baguio. We're saying hello to Connie Garcia. Maraming salamat po, Madam. Jennifer Yang-Eda Baliyang, Sir Jude Malikdan. Maraming salamat po. At Madam, nakuha ko sa inyong Facebook, etong second-hand smoke can hurt your kids years after exposure.
Yes. Kasi nga po, kapag nagsusmoke yung nanay, nakikismoke din yung anak. At ang nakakatakot dyan, Mr. G, mas mahirap at mas doble yung risk kapag yung sa second-hand smoking. Even third-hand smoking, na sinasabi natin na ang third-hand smoking nga, ito yung mga nakadikit sa ating wall, sa ating mga damit. Ang mangyayari po dyan, maaamoy ng ating anak. Kaya wag po kayong mag-wonder kung may smoker sa family, kung yung anak nyo ay palaging hinihika, palagi yung may pneumonia, lung-related na mga may ubo, mga lung-related na mga cases because mataas yung percentage at relation niya na because of smoking po yan.
Ito naman, Madam, yung penalties na nakolek.
Oo.
300,000 pesos more than.
Yes.
Fines po ito, violation po ng anti-smoking ordinance were collected from violators.
From January to May lang po yan.
January to May lang to 2019.
Yes.
In Baguio City po ito, in Baguio City.
Yes, in Baguio City. At yan po yung mga nagbayad na.
Nagbayad. Kasi may mga collections pa.
Meron pa tayong mga hinihintay. Kagaya nung last year, 2018, ang parang ina-expect natin na makuha ay na penalties ay nasa 4 million. Pero ang nagbayad
4 million?
Yes, 2.8 yung nagbayad.
At syempre, to remind the public po, yung month ng June, National No Smoking Month po ito.
Yes.
Usok mo, ayaw ko.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oo, hindi naman sa ayaw natin yung smokers, it's the smoke that we hate, not the smoker. We love them actually, that's why we have this smoke-free Baguio ordinance, Mr. G.
Tama yan. So, more about the result ng survey, madam.
Ayan, so parang continuation sa second-hand smoke, meron din, in fairness naman, meron pa din nakakakuha ng second-hand smoke sa ating mga health care facility, which is an irony, di ba, Mr. G? But really, we are really planning kung paano natin ito masusugpo. Imagine sa restaurant, public transport, government facilities, and healthcare facilities nakakaroon ng second-hand smoke. We don't want that. Even in our homes, meron pa ding second-hand and third-hand smoke. Ayan. Smoking policy at work naman po tayo. So, meron po, ang pinakamataas po dito, 45% not allowed in any area of the workplace.
Okay.
Ayan. And 42% allowed in some areas. Kaya tayo merong DSA, designated smoking area. Ang sabi nga natin, if they meet the criteria for the designated smoking area, pwede pa rin po yan. Kasi nga we recognize na may mga smokers pa din, pero ang gusto natin talaga is absolute smoking ban, pero we'll get there. For now po muna, we allow designated smoking areas kapag na-meet nila yung criteria. Number 1, 10 meters away from public places like sidewalks, exits, entrance. So, open space siya, walang wall. Pag na-meet yung mga yon at pag na-inspect yung mga yon ay pwede silang mabigyan. So far, ang merong designated smoking area sa SM, pero yung SM maaalis na kasi meron silang Sky Ranch. So maaalis na yon. Dati na-meet nila yung criteria but now they have the Sky Ranch, hindi na. We have also in IHG sa Luwakan. Luwakan ba? Ayan. And we also have in Texas Instrument Luwakan. IHG pala sa Janhi. Ayan.
Matindi
Oo.
Matindi.
And Korean Palace they have. They met naman the criteria. Pero kapag lumagpas sila sa 10 square meters by 10 square meters, pwedeng maalis ulit yung DSA. So parang continuous pa din yung inspection and monitoring kahit may designated smoking area sila.
Eto man, madam, anong background po nito? Anong nangyari po dati?
Okay. So, noong May 31, we celebrated the World No Tobacco Day. So, meron po tayong dalawang activities na ni-launch. Yung Breaking the 7 O'Clock Habit and the Yossi Break-Up Goals. So, ang Breaking the 7 O'Clock Habit, ito po yung, di ba, yung mga chain smokers natin and according to studies, pagkagising nila, ang number 1 na gagawin ng isang chain smoker is to smoke.
Yes, ma'am.
Yun yung priority niyang gawin kasi nga gutom yung kanyang brain. Naghahanap yung nicotine receptors. Ayan, so ang gusto nating ipakita dito na if you break the habit na kapag pagising mo maninigarilyo sana, if you break that na pagising mo mag-jogging ka na lang, you'll break the habit of smoking. Ayan, so parang
pala.
Yes, parang smoke cessation intervention na parang quitting smoking ito. Yung kung ang dati mauupo ka, magkakape ka, tapos maninigarilyo ka, you break the habit. Ayan. So, alisin mo din if dati meron yung mga paraphernalia mo sa table, near your bed, alisin mo yan to break the habit. Ganun.
Yan pala.
Yes. And then the Yossi Breakup Goals is, this is with our partner, the Vital Strategies, which handles also the Smoke-Free Philippines account. Ang goal naman nito is pag tinanong mo daw, ang pinakaano nito is message is pag tinanong mo ang isang smoker, basketball o Yossi. So ang sasagutin niya Yossi. Pag tinanong mo ang smoker, cellphone, Yossi. Ang sasabihin niya Yossi. Pero pag ang tinanong mo pamilya o Yossi, syempre pamilya.
Pamilya
ang
talaga.
sagot nila. So para ang sinasabi dito, breakup goals, ang pinakamalaking breakup of the year if you break up with cigarette for your family.
Tama po yan. Ito naman ito, madam. Yan, unveiling of the smoke-free signages.
Yes.
June 25 po ito.
Oo, sa Tuesday na po yan. this is in recognition of the invaluable support of our outgoing mayor, Mayor Mauricio Dumugan. We really recognize his efforts kasi palagi niyang sinasabi is also our champion in this smoke-free Baguio ordinance. Kung wala si mayor, hindi ito mai-implement din, hindi ito ma-approve. And really, palagi niyang sinasabi sa talks niya na he really hates smoking. And palagi niya yung sinasama. Even in our meetings, palagi siyang pumupunta. He's very active. And we really recognize his efforts. Kaya, ngayong meron kasi po kaming dinagdag ng mga signages. Although meron ng dating nalagay pa na mga steel signages sa parks and roads, ito po ay additional. So, yung para iba daw ang dating, yung isa sa market para yun, masabi na ang market din, it's a public place, ay dapat no smoking din. Ayan. So, yun po yung unveiling ng mga additional signages natin sa Tuesday, June 25.
Wow, congratulations po sa sa grupo niyo po, madam. Ano pa pong striking na lumabas po sa survey niyo po, madam, na nakala po?
Ayan, so kailangan ko ding sabihin na ang number 1 na brand ng mga smokers natin ay Marlboro pa din. At ang Marlboro ngayon, sinasabi na aalisin na daw ang cigarette at mag-shift from e-cigarette. It's another tobacco industry strategy na sabihin na to help the user and the environment, but no. We want to emphasize here na vaping is still harmful. Ayan. So, ang Philip Morris is the parent company of Marlboro. So, let's be guided. Ayan. Oo.
Ito naman po, madam.
Yes po.
Yan.
Ayan, so meron din tayong activity sa Monday. It's the Contain That Butt. Ayan. So, ang sabi kasi ng mga researchers natin, kagaya ng Cigarette Butt Pollution Project na number 1 na nagko-contribute sa ocean pollution, even in our sewage and sa ating mga daanan ay ang cigarette butts. Sabi din ng mga street sweepers natin, Mr. G, ang problema nila yung mga cigarette butts. Ang hirap daw walisan. Ayan, so nagkaroon ng partnership with the Pacdal and Mines View District. So magkakaroon tayo ng Contain That Butt. Everybody is invited to come. Just bring an empty bottle and then use your smoke-free campaign shirts, or kung wala, any t-shirt will do, and then let's contain that butts.
Mga kaibigan, natin mong special guest, Ms. Catherine Simatu, Communications Officer of Smoke Free Baguio. Binabati natin ng happy lunchtime. Ryan Flores Barawil, Pipito Liwanag. Sir, my instructor long time ago.
Wow.
Camilo Santiago Jr., Arian Alvis, nakikinig mo yan, Ninette Bayan Mendoza sa ating show party, mga kaibigan. Alex Aison, Sir Joel Inso, the Cordillera flutist.
Hello po.
Madam, if you would compare yung sa number ng smokers between yung adults sa kakabataan, sino mas mataas po?
Mas mataas pa din, sir, ang adults.
Adults pa rin.
Pero alarming kasi merong minors. Yes.
Minors talaga, no?
Merong minors pa din. Ayan, sir. I don't have the statistics, but yun yung lumalabas.
Matindi. Alam niyo ba, madam, ito nakuha ko rin sa inyong Facebook. Total ban po ito, selling of cigarettes in Sablan.
Yes.
Benguet. Sa Baguio City, napag-usapan na ba ito minsan sa City Council, yung proposal? Meron na bang proposal dati?
Yes, napag-uusapan yung total banning, but as of the moment, we can't ban kasi legal pa siya.
Legal pa.
It's still a legal product, ang sigarilyo. But if yung ating mga champion sa Senate, mag-push sila at mag-pro-health sila, and iba nila kasi ang palaging sinasabi, sayang yung tax from the tobacco industry. No, sayang yung buhay na pinapatay ng tobacco industry.
Tama yan.
Oo, kaysa ipalit natin sa tax, sa buwis yung mga buhay na nawala because of smoking consumption, sayang naman po yung buhay.
And for all we know, Baguio City is smoke-free. Yan. Pag nakita tayong, paano ito, madam, may paskel na nakaganyan, pagkatapos meron pa rin nag-i-smoke, ano magiging penalty po?
Yan, pag may penalty po tayo, pag individual po yan, ang first offense po natin ay 1,000, and then second offense 2,000, and then third offense ay 3,000. Kapag establishment naman po yan, yung selling per stick, selling to minors, open display. Ang penalty po dyan ay number 1 is 2,000 and then second is 3,000 and then a third offense 5,000 plus revocation of business permit and pwede pong closure ng business. Pag sa individual po, sa third offense po, depende pa po dyan up to 3 months ng pagkakakulong or any other cases kapag merong resistance, etc. Ganun po, Mr. G.
Yan mga kaibigan, pakinggan po natin kay Ma'am Catherine Simatu, Communications Officer of Smoke Free Baguio. Eto madam, eto yung isang appeal ng ating Education Secretary. I-check nga natin to madam. Nakuha ko rin sa inyong konputo. Anong kabuuan nito madam? Anong mensahe ni madam?
Yan kasi nga po, di ba, ang problema nga, may nagsisell pa din ng mga sigarilyo near the schools. And we really encounter those scenarios kapag nag-monitoring kami per barangay. So, merong mga nagtitinda pa din. One scenario, Mr. G, sabi ko nga po dun sa nagtitinda na, "Ma'am, meron po ba kayong anak?" Sabi niya, meron po, elementary. "Gusto niyo po ba na bentahan yung anak niyo ng sigarilyo?" Ayaw niya. At naiiyak siya. So, hindi niyo po dapat gawin yan sa ibang mga bata. Ayan. So, happy naman kami na ngayon nagiging aggressive na din ang ating education sector in pushing this because yes, ang number 1 dapat na i-protect natin are the minors.
Tama po yan. Ito madam, nabanggit nyo kanina to. No selling of tobacco products within 100 meters.
Yes po.
Ayan, tapos from the school, perimeter, near public playgrounds, other facility frequented by minors.
Yes po. Meron po kasi tayong tinatawag at meron ito sa ating ordinansa na 100 meters perimeter. So, pag sinabi po natin 100 meters perimeter, yung pinaka-edge, hindi po tayo mag-start sa door nung school pero dun sa pinaka-gate or sa lupa kung saan yung pinaka-gilid niya. Ayan. So, bawal po. Doon po mag-start yung 100 meters perimeter na sukatan. At paano po natin i-measure yan? Ang sabi ng ating mga experts, 3 basketball courts.
3 basketball courts. Ayan.
Yes po.
Mas madali. Ito naman madam, ito nakakagulat to. In battle with San Francisco becomes the first city to ban e-cigarettes.
Yes.
Yan.
We want that also here in the Philippines.
Meron din. Anong lugar po yan?
Wala pa naman, sir. But,
sana Baguio, no?
but tayo, that's why we have this, kasi nasabi na one of the strongest ang ating Smoke-Free Baguio Ordinance because of including e-cigarette in our prohibition of the Smoke-Free Baguio Ordinance. Sana nga po nakikinig ang ating mga policy makers para sa gayon ay wag nating i-consider yung tax, i-consider natin yung buhay na mawawala because of consumption of cigarette and vape.
Tama po yan. At sinabi pa nga sa inyong sa Smoke Free Baguio Facebook, sweldo ngayon, mag-ipon, magtipid, at wag na natin itong gastusin sa bisyo.
Yes. At meron ngayon yan, tamang-tama yan kasi dito sa ating survey, per week ang nagagastos ng mga smokers natin, ang pinakamataas dyan ay 200 to 299 pesos. And second, yung mas mataas, 300 to 399 pesos ang nagagastos nila. Pag monthly po, 1,000 pesos per month. Na sana binili ng bigas, ng pagkain ng mga anak, pero dahil sa bisyo, wala po, sayang ang pera. Ayan.
Tama po yan. So malaki, no? Merong budget talaga yan. Ma'am, ito, isang nakuha ko rin sa inyong Facebook. Ayan. Pwede mo paki-re-echo to, madam?
Ayan, kasi nga po, mataas yung relationship ng pagkakaroon ng cancer kapag tayo ay nagsusmoke. Kaya po natin pinupush yung sin tax, yung pagtaas ng ating ng sin tax. Pag sinabi po natin sin tax, ito yung mga tax na nanggagaling sa mga sin products like cigarettes, liquor, sugar products, ayan po. Kaya pinupush natin na tataas yan para sa gayon, bababa yung makaka-avail ng sigarilyo at tataas yung pang-healthcare natin. Kasi ang pupuntahan po ng sin tax ay sa health provision for the Filipino community.
Ang galing po. Binabati natin ng good morning, Rex Sariaco, Marlon Bernard Baso, Adamson Labi. Naku, marami nakikinig po ngayon. Napakahalaga ng topic po natin. No, kailangan
Yes po.
magkaroon tayo ng sequel nito, madam, no?
Oo.
Yung mga hindi natin na-discuss.
Marami pa po.
Itutuloy
Talagang
natin.
pag-uusapan natin.
Yan.
Tama po.
Oras pa natin mga kaibigan at 2 minutes after lunchtime. As we end our program, madam, una muna pakibati po ang makasama po natin sa opisina.
Yan, so magandang araw sa ating kasama. Ating mga kasama ang ating champion for the Smoke-Free Baguio Ordinance. Yung success ng ating Smoke-Free Baguio Ordinance ay hindi mangyayari kapag wala ang ating City Health Officer, si Dr. Rowena Galpo, even Dr. Donna Tobera, even Councilor Joel Alangsab na palaging nandyan, our principal author of the Smoke-Free Baguio Ordinance, our Mayor Mauricio Dumogan, and to our next Mayor Benji Magalong. We know na magiging partner tayo dito, even our next sets of councilors. To our project team, the Smoke-Free Baguio project headed by our team leader, Maria Cecilia Agpawa, our project coordinator, Diarine Bugnay, yours truly, Catherine, the communications officer, and our finance and admin, Miss Joy Fiasitaw. Good morning. Even to our enforcers, the BCPO and the POSD. Ang POSD po, sila po talaga yung talagang partner namin sa pag-i-implement nito. Without our POSD enforcers, we don't know kung paano to na-implement. Kasi pati sa barangay, sila yung kasama-kasama namin.
Mabuhay po kayo. Mabuhay po.
Yes,
At
po.
madam, ano pong mensahe niyo po para sa ating mga tagapakinig po ngayon?
Ayan, so base sa ating Baguio Adults Tobacco Survey, 99.12 na po ang ating knowledge, awareness, na ang sigarilyo nakakasama sa ating health. Ang gusto po natin dito, ang ating kaalaman, ang knowledge po natin ay i-put into action natin. Magkaroon po tayo ng action towards quitting. Kapag smoker ka po, you quit na. The best gift that you could give to your family is to quit, and to yourself is to quit smoking now. Ayan po. And kapag tayo po ay non-smokers pero may mga mahal sa buhay na nagsusmoke, let's support them. And kapag gusto po natin na maging advocate nito, let's do it. We share this information to our loved ones na nagsusmoke. We need to be proactive, be active in sharing this information that smoking and vaping is bad for the health. And kapag may mga activities po tayo na related sa health, let's be active para sa ating future generation for a healthier and cleaner Baguio.
Mga kaibigan, isang malakas na palakpak. Babalik po ulit si Ma'am Catherine Simato,
po.
our Communications Officer of Smoke-Free Baguio. Talking about Baguio Adult Tobacco Survey Result 2019. Ma'am, maraming salamat, madam.
Yan.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, Mr. G. Thank you.
And I'm gonna be back by tomorrow. Makasama po natin ang bagong Vice Mayor ng Baguio City, si Vice Mayor Attorney Olowan.
Hello po, sir.
At ang re-elected councilor. Makasama po natin si Councilor Bumogaw.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, sa kanilang pasasalamat. At syempre, usapang buhay guro po, si Ma'am Maris Gumangan Bumogaw. Siya po isang teacher ng City High. Naging teacher din po siya ng UC. Sa mga nasa education po, nagbabalak na magturo. Naku, marami po kayo matunan kay Ma'am Maris Bumogaw. So, mga kaibigan, once again, mabuhay po ang Smoke-Free Baguio.
Mabuhay tayo.
Yan, ito po yung madam. Smoke-Free Baguio.
Add nyo po kami sa Smoke-Free Baguio na Facebook.
Ayan. So, madam, yung Facebook nyo, yan din mismo, no?
Yes po.
Smoke-Free Baguio.
Smoke-Free Baguio. Diyan po kayo pwedeng magtanong, mag-report ng violations.
Ayan, tabayanan po si Sir Eddie Bona, alas 12 alauna, dito lang sa Cool 97.5, the only Christian radio station here in Baguio City. Ma'am, salamat madam and God bless you. See you soon po. Maraming salamat.
See you.
Ma'am Catherine Simato. Goodbye, Baguio City.
Bye.
Exclusive installment blossom. Nagbubloom ang savings with 0% interest up to 12 months installment on selected appliances. It's the season for savings sa ADESA Installment Blossom from May 15 to June 30, 2019. Sa ADESA Installment, kayang-kaya!
Per DTI R01 permit number 045 series of 2019.
JC Peralta Rice Dealer. Bigas ay sigurado, lasang panalo. Yan ang JC Peralta Rice Dealer. They sell and deliver quality rice at a reasonable price. JC Peralta Rice Dealer. Diyan lang sa number 609, Rice Section, Magsaysay Avenue, Baguio City Market. JC Peralta Rice Dealer sa San Carlos High Talipapa, Turning Point at sa B&Q, Otic Street, Baguio City. Kaya kung bigas ang pinag-uusapan, dito ka na sa JC Peralta Rice Dealer. Call now at 0917-506-9729 or 443-8170. Also visit Camado Peralta Rice and Feed Supply at Harvester Building, Purok 5, Irisan, Hilltop Market, and Asin Road, Baguio City. JC Peralta Rice Dealer.